Hey, it's Oliver.
And Luca.
And today we're going to be talking about the PSVR 2.
And why it still sucks. Okay, so you guys probably heard that recently we got several leaks about the new PlayStation VR headset.
I mean, they're not really leaks. They were officially released by Sony, but yes, I mean, a look at it basically right now is all we got. We just know what the performance stats are and we know what it looks like. Other than that, we know pretty much nothing.
I mean, that's quite a lot.
That's a lot. It's still a lot.
That's a lot.
We're not missing too much from, seeing what everything is, but me and Luca kind of have some mixed feelings about this headset.
Personally, whenever you go on the internet and people are like, yeah, this looks amazing, it looks cool, the stats are good, but I honestly think this headset is just simply not as good as the Quest 2 and is maybe an upgrade from the original, but definitely not better than majority of other headsets.
Just going to point out, we both own the Oculus Quest 1. We're trying to be as least biased as possible. But at the same time, we're looking at stuff from both sides because we know what the first generation PSVR has done and what our Oculus Quest 1 has done. And the Quest 1 and 2 are very similar, so we're pretty good at being able to compare the 2 to the PSVR 2, which is kind of what we're going to be doing in this.
And for once, I pulled up the stats.
I
did
we don't
research.
do that. We don't do that often on the channel.
Don't
we
say
actually
that.
got. Oh,
that's,
sorry.
That's
Sorry. All the time we look at the statistics on this channel. And
be
now,
pretty bad
including
if we
now.
never looked at any statistics of anything and made things up.
Right. Definitely we don't do that one.
Shut up, Oliver. Okay, but we spent a minute talking about this. Let's just get to it. The stats look amazing.
They're pretty good. They're actually very good.
The stats look amazing. Its refresh rate is like 120 HC.
HC.
I forgot what it's called.
Hertz.
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't want to sound like an idiot and say something random. Its field of view is 110.
So it's a little bit more than
it has
the
a
Quest
pretty
2.
good tracking. And
basically, it's a good headset. Like, we're not going to read everything. There's a lot of stats.
There's a lot. We'll put up screen.
The main thing that me and Luca noticed that we still don't get is this main thing called wireless connectivity. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
Yeah, that's something the Quest 2 has, and a lot of other headsets are having. And, well, not just the Quest 2, the Quest 1 as well.
Tons of them, bro. Like, why is this headset not wireless?
Because you're probably wondering, oh, well, who cares about that? Well,
makes a huge difference.
Let's go back a couple of years to 2016 when the PSVR 1 came out. It was alright. Even back then, it was nothing that good because you had to sit down to play it. It was fun if this was your first VR experience, but if you played with any other headset, except the Google Cardboard, whatever's.
Exactly. Actually, I have an even better analogy really quick. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just thought of something. Picture this. I'm sure all of us, unless you're really lucky, have owned a pair of wired headphones, right? Picture that time where you then switched, if you haven't already, then, well, this isn't really a great example for you, but picture the time where you switched to Bluetooth headphones. Like, the huge difference, that happens when you could walk away from your device, except that the difference is that now you don't even need a device. It just makes music with just headphones. It's like, that's kind of what it's like. You only need a headset when it's wireless.
Exactly. Actually, same thing with, headphones. You connect it to your phone. Same thing with the Quest 2 where you download the games from your phone onto the headset. And when
at which
that
point now
came
you don't
out,
even need that now.
When the headset came out, everyone was like, oh my god, it has no wires. It's wireless. You can just walk away. You don't need a super expensive gaming PC, by the way. For those of you who don't remember, headsets used to make you, force you to have a super, super expensive PC.
Exactly.
And normal gaming PCs couldn't run it.
Exactly.
It was something only specific and really new, powerful PCs could do.
And now we've got this beautiful PS5 with a lot of power in it that can power this great headset. Two problems. One, you need to have the PS5 in the same room as, you can't just go anywhere. But here's the bigger problem. You need a PS5.
Yeah.
How the hell? I don't have one.
I
can't get one.
But more of that. The problem is, And so far, what we know is it's only gonna be on PS5. Sorry for all PS4 users.
Yeah.
So, and there's only been like over 10 million sold. That
PS5s,
means
just to clarify.
PS5s.
Only 10 million
the
PS5s.
PSVR 2 may be cool, but that means only people with PS5s will actually have them.
Yeah, it could become a flop because maybe there's
And-
people that want the PSVR 2,
No,
but you're not going to get it unless you have a PS5, and if they don't have a PS5, then like you can't do
you
anything.
can't. Well, that's why we think it's gonna be a flop because there's not
Okay.
many people who can actually
I don't
buy
think
it.
it,
It limits
personally.
to it
I
to
don't
a
think
certain
it's
group.
personally. I don't think it's going to be a complete flop. Like it's not going to die.
It's gonna
I don't think, but
probably
it's going to be a
sell-
problem. I think.
It's gonna sell a lot, but not enough to beat the Quest, I'm sure.
Of course not. No, they're
Until
the kind of
the
the king.
until the PS5s become way more accessible,
Exactly.
there's no way.
Anyway, look at something positive over here. It is a cool headset. It has a very interesting look. I personally like the controllers a lot of the way that they look.
Well,
I like the headset a little less, but I like the controllers a lot. Wired still the headset, but that's okay.
and honestly, if you look at these controllers and then look at the Oculus Quest 2 controllers, honestly, they have a couple similarities you can kind of look at.
Well, I
here.
mean, look, everyone's taking inspiration from everybody. We're not trying to let's
Okay.
look at something positive over here. 'Cause
There are a huge amount of positives.
There's
a
a lot.
huge amount.
There's a lot.
But the problem is everyone's going wireless
Yep.
because Oculus and all sorts of companies realize the majority of people are like, well, I'm not going to buy a VR headset because I need some sort of special thing on my computer or whatever.
Or in this case, a PS5.
Or this exactly, and they're like, well, I'm not gonna spend all this money just because I want to see some cool things in VR. I'll just see it in 2D. It's fine.
If I'm going to be
Or
honest,
3D.
the only reason why somebody would buy this headset right now is, unless you have another reason other than this, would be because you wanted one of the exclusives, which
Now
that
let's
would
look at
literally
the
that would
exclusives.
be it. That would just be it.
Actually, no.
Well,
there's
thanks-
a couple reasons. If you are like the type of person who's like, well, I have a PlayStation. Might as well buy it instead of buying an Oculus Quest. By the way,
That's
it's
it, that's-
more expensive than Oculus Quest 2 as well.
that too, but
And so far, we have stuff like Bartender VR, Neko Atsum VR.
it's nothing
right?
new. I don't, or that we know of,
There's
other than like
Doom
Horizon.
VFR. There's a couple.
Look, there's quite a decent
Iron
amount.
Man.
The Iron Man one is a very good
But
example.
none of these are actually. I'm not even sure. This is a Google list. Fruit Ninja VR is not exclusive. Crisis.
Look, we're not gonna. We
I'm
don't
not
even
gonna
know
look
if these are
into it.
completely
But
exclusive.
what I can see, these aren't.
They're not even
that's-
completely exclusive. Some
They're
of
not
these.
a lot. Vader Immortal.
Look,
of course.
That's not exclusive.
No. Okay, a lot of
Google's
these.
a bad example right
Google sucks.
now.
But no,
that's
a
another
lot
video.
Of these, a lot of them just aren't that good, and people are like, "Oh, this looks amazing." And honestly,
the only exclusives they have are their
it's-
exclusive games already on PlayStation.
well, they have a couple others.
Like
I know
Gran
there is,
Turismo,
but
for instance, which actually Gran Turismo 7. Maybe I'll be doing a game chat on that if you guys want to. But that game does not even have VR at support at the moment at all. It may launch with the PSVR 2.
there's a
that's
couple
possibility.
stuff it may.
But
but
anyway,
at the
there's
moment it's
most
not,
of the
sure.
look. What we're trying to say here is like, it kind of makes more sense in our opinion to probably get an Oculus Quest 2 or 3 if you're waiting for that to come out. But
Video link
it's
right
just
here.
yeah,
guys.
check out our video on that. But what we're saying is like we are not trying to put PlayStation down in any way, but I think like they gotta. If I were them, I know it's difficult, to make an entire console itself, but like it probably would have been better off to
Well,
make a
the problem
standalone
is,
VR
if
headset.
it would have been better, but like money wise, it'd be like, oh well,
They've
then
got
you
the
don't need
money.
your PlayStation 5. Then
But then that
It
opens
ruins
up new
it.
doors. You don't. What if you're an Xbox user? Xbox doesn't have a VR.
yeah, but
let's say you
they're
wanted
like.
one.
Yeah, but they want you to. The whole reason for these headsets.
Yes,
are
because then you have to get the
because-
PS5 and
That's-
that. Yes.
that's the
But
point.
no one can buy a PS5 right now, so it's an interesting
become
battle.
easier.
It's kind of an interesting battle they've got going on, but I think that it could have some good potential if they get some good
But
exclusives on there and
we're
they
gonna
get some
show
good
you
stuff.
compare you the stats between this and the Oculus Quest 2, And the Oculus
They're
Quest
pretty
2
similar.
also becomes faster when it's connected to a computer. So at the same time, the stats are really, really similar. And like we said, Oculus Quest 3 may be coming out with a headset soon. And honestly, it's cool with all its look. It's just generally, it's cool. But at the same time, it's like, is this really better than anything? Is it really worth it? It's more expensive.
Oh, and the VR titles themselves are more expensive as well.
Oh, yeah. The only really amazing upside I see to this is the couple of exclusives and be able, like, if you want to just sit down and you don't have a huge screen, then you could use this PSVR headset.
Exactly.
But this is really expensive VR headset.
And by the way, you can't mod this in any way. You have no freedom. It's attached to that. You can't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's
a whole other conversation about modding stuff, but you can't do any of that on anything on PS really. But anyway, it's a bit of an interesting battle. Personally, if I had the choice to switch, if somebody gave me the choice, either this, the PSVR 2 or the Oculus Quest, I would definitely pick the Quest again because I don't see well, first of all, I don't have a PS5, but
sadly for all of
anyway, it's a better, it's more worth your money for an Oculus.
And like I mentioned before, I bet you see all these videos, and I actually searched this up earlier. There's a huge amount of videos that say, the PSVR 2, and they all act like it's so great because
it is great. It's
okay,
great,
wait, no. People are looking at it as a new version of the PSVR 1. And that's true. But it should really be a comparison between everything else. Compare it. Is it really worth all that extra money for something that's barely better?
Which we don't even know the price yet, by the way.
We do. I'll put it up on screen.
Oh, then I'm wrong.
It's like £399, British money.
Pounds?
British.
Why are you
Because that's all I found. I found the British money, and I didn't translate it into. It's up on screen, but like I said, everyone's gonna tell you it's so great because it's way better than the PSVR, the first one, but really, guys, it's not. When comparing it to everything else, it's not as great. If you think it's cool, then go for it. Like, we have a friend who thinks it's really cool, and it is really cool.
It is a cool thing.
And I say go for it. But
it depends on what depends what your needs are. If you don't want anything else, then, get that. Go ahead. But I think moral of the story is do some research. Check out what you want to be able to do on it.
If you're looking for a headset to, play all sorts of VR games, or if you want to do all sorts of cool modding stuff, then it's not for you. But if you think, hey, this looks, I just want to have some fun, this is for you.
If you have questions about it, let us know in the comments. We'll definitely answer.
We'll look into it. But I think
do some research. That's
that
all.
It's a bit. I think it isn't exactly what everyone's gonna think it is. But we're out of time for it today. So I'll see you guys next time.
Yes, check out our merch. We've got merch now. Like and subscribe. Check out our Discord as well. Check out our other stuff. And check out everything. If you have questions about it, let us know. We'll be happy to let you know.
Yep. Oh, by the way, guys, it must really seem like we're just pushing this headset down today, that we hate it. We don't. We think it's still cool, but we're just saying...
We think it's important you know what you're talking about before you get it.
Yeah, I think it has it has a lot of problems. It has really cool upsides as well. I do suggest you do get it. It looks like a lot of fun, and if you do, tell us about it. And make sure don't do tax fraud in New York.
Yes, bad. Don't do that. But you can do it in virtual reality. Anyway, goodbye, guys.